The sky darkens as a massive shadow descends, crashing into the fields. It's dread Magnus, transforming from plane to robot, shaking the ground. His 30-foot frame bristles with spiked armor, his cannon humming. He bellows, "Hand over the forge core, or this world burns." Townsfolk flee, screams piercing the air. Aaron Hayes, a 22-year-old mechanic, lives in the memory of his late father, Jack, an Air Force technician who died in an accident. Jack used to say, "The sky is where you find yourself." Aaron fixes cars in his dad's old hangar and dreams of flying. Aaron's days blend together as he works on cars in the hangar. His hands are coated in grease, and the radio hums in the background. One humid evening, he's sorting through old junk when he spots a rusty Cessna plane under a tarp in the corner. It's Jack's forgotten project, left unfinished all these years. Aaron figures he could sell it for some cash. He grabs a wrench and spends hours tinkering with it, driven by nostalgia and a flicker of hope. At midnight, he fires up the engine, and it sputters to life. Suddenly, a voice crackles from the cockpit. "I am Sky Shard." Sky Shard says, "You're my way out. Help me." Aaron stumbles back in shock, crashing into his toolbox. He grabs a flashlight, circling the plane and muttering to himself. Convinced planes can't talk, he thinks he's losing it. Sky Shard speaks again. "I've been rotting here for decades." Aaron bolts out of the hangar, slamming the door behind him. Under Kansas's starry sky, he catches his breath and thinks it over. By morning, curiosity drags him back inside. His hands tremble as he demands, "Prove you're real." Sky Shard transforms from plane to robot, its wings shifting into arms. Its frame stiffens, stepping forward and kicking up dust. Sky Shard declares, "I'm alive, and you're my hope." Aaron's jaw drops, and he lets out a stunned, "Whoa!" Sky Shard shifts back into a plane, its cockpit glowing faintly. Over the next week, Aaron repairs the plane with welding and wires. Sky Shard shares tales of Pharaoh Nexus, filled with war, explaining it crashed on Earth because of the forge core. One night, Aaron finds a photo of Jack near the plane. Next to it lies Jack's green leather flight jacket. He asks loudly, "Did he know?" Sky Shard hums and replies, "Maybe he did." As Aaron tightens the final bolt, the radio crackles with a strange signal. Sky Shard tenses and says, "This isn't good." Aaron, puzzled, asks, "What's not good?" Aaron and Sky Shard head to the airstrip at dawn, the Cessna gleaming in the light. Aaron takes the controls, his heart pounding. He says, "Let's see what you're made of." The engine roars, and they soar over the wheat fields. Wind rushes into the cockpit, and Aaron yells in excitement. Sky Shard chuckles. "Not bad for a rookie." Mid-flight, Sky Shard's tone shifts. It says, "I'm sending a signal to Orion Pexus." Sky Shard explains that the forge core is on Earth and dangerous. Something's coming. Aaron lands, buzzing with thrill but uneasy. That night, he's eating a burger at the diner when the jukebox fritzes out. A faint hum echoes through the windows, followed by static pops. The waitress asks, "Storm coming?" Aaron shrugs. Sky Shard transforms from plane to robot and paces the hangar. It says, "Something's waking up. Get ready." Sky Shard shifts back to plane mode and waits. Aaron digs through Jack's old logbook and finds a note. Heard it speak, didn't believe it. On Pharaoh Nexus, dread Magnus looms over a war council, a towering figure of black metal. Sky Shard's signal reaches his sensors, and he roars. He declares, "The core lives, and Earth will be our factory." He summons his lieutenants and opens a portal. His order? Find the Luminar, leave no witnesses. The Discons vanish into space, their engines screaming. In Harriston, Aaron jolts awake. Spotting a meteor shower, he freezes as it splits into 3 Discon scouts. Sky Shard rolls out and says, "They're here. Gear up! The scouts circle Harriston, their engines howling ominously. Aaron and Skyshard watch from the hangar as one lands. It transforms from plane to robot, claws sparking. It tears into Hank's barn, hunting for the core. It hisses, "Where's the core?" and wreaks havoc. Aaron whispers, "What do they want?" as dread creeps in. Skyshard shifts from plane to robot, growling, "Trouble's here." The sky darkens as a massive shadow descends, crashing into the fields. It's dread Magnus, transforming from plane to robot, shaking the ground. His 30-foot frame bristles with spiked armor, his cannon humming. He bellows, "Hand over the forge core, or this world burns." Townsfolk flee, screams piercing the air. Aaron mutters, "That's a monster." Skyshard yanks him behind a tractor, barking, "Run!" Discons swarm, ripping apart silos and blasting homes. One Discon surrounds the diner, and the waitress ducks under a table. Glass shatters as Aaron's shaky hands grip a crowbar. He thinks, "We're dead," heart racing. Silver streaks light up the sky as Orion lands. He transforms from plane to robot, drawing a sword. He shouts at Magnus, "Stand down!" and the fight begins. Orion slices a Discon, while Skyshard slams into another. Magnus laughs, his cannon blasting a crater into Main Street. Aaron, hiding, thinks, "I'm useless here." Skyshard shifts back to plane mode and says, "Not if we fly." They dodge debris, soaring toward the airstrip. Orion holds Magnus at bay as the ground trembles. Military Humvees and choppers roll in from a nearby base. Soldiers fire wildly, yelling, "Hostiles engaged!" Aaron groans. Now everyone's shooting. Skyshard takes Aaron to a crash site in the Kansas plains, a shallow crater 10 miles away, overgrown with grass. Jack's logbook mentioned debris in 1985. They dig and unearth the forge core, a pulsing blue crystal. Aaron touches it, and visions flood his mind. Ferronexus burning, robots screaming. A voice whispers, "I'm Oblivion, free me." Aaron reels back, face pale. He tells Skyshard, "This thing's alive and evil." Skyshard scans it and says, "It's corrupted." It adds, "We need Orion, now." Titan Blaze suddenly transforms from plane to robot and attacks. He snarls, "Give it up, kid," and slams Skyshard aside. Aaron swings a shovel, but it clangs uselessly. Titan grabs him, sneering, "You're nothing." Orion arrives, sword flashing, clashing with Titan. He yells, "You were my brother, once!" Titan spits, "You're weak," then flees, wounded. Titan shifts back to plane mode and vanishes into the sky. Aaron asks, "What's his deal?" Orion sighs. Titan chose power over honor. They secure the core, but the crater rumbles, the crystal humming. Skyshard mutters, "It's calling something." In Harriston, military scientists study wreckage, muttering about alien tech. A general orders, "Build something that fights, now." Aaron spots Jack's initials on the core. Stunned, he says, "Dad touched this." Skyshard nods. He hid it, and maybe died for it. Dread Magnus rallies his army, tracking the core's energy. He storms Harriston, Discons arriving as planes. They demolish houses and morph into tank-like forms, shattering silos. The military counters with tanks, choppers, and a robot prototype called Vortex Rex. Aaron, Skyshard, and Orion take cover in the hangar, hiding the core. Chaos erupts, turning Harriston into a war zone. Skyshard transforms from plane to robot, tackling drones. It spins, smashing a drone into a silo that explodes. Aaron cheers from below. "Take him down!" Orion duels Magnus, sword clashing with cannon, sparks flying. Magnus grabs Orion's arm, twists it, and hurls him into a water tower. The tower collapses, flooding the street. Orion rises, slashing Magnus's chest, oil spraying. Aaron sees a discon charging and hotwires a tractor. He rams it into the discon's knee, making it stumble. Skyshard shifts from robot to plane, swooping low. It transforms back to robot and rips off the discon's head. Military tanks fire. Choppers strike, but Vortex Rex activates. Its eyes glow red, and it roars in Magnus's voice. "I'm reborn!" It tears a tank apart. The general shouts, "It's gone rogue!" as panic spreads. Magnus retreats, Vortex Rex limping away. Aaron clutches the core, saying, "We're losing." Orion steadies him. "We'll find their base." The core's pulses reveal a discon base in the Rocky Mountains. Aaron, Skyshard, and Orion steal a military chopper and fly off, the core in tow. They're silent during the flight until Vortex Rex attacks, claws shredding the tail rotor. Skyshard yells, "Hold on!" as they crash into a snowy ravine. They hit hard, and Aaron crawls out, injured, staring at the burning chopper. Ancient luminars called Iron Hawks transform from planes to robots and land. Their leader, Raptor Claw, says, "We've been watching Earth." They march toward the base, but Vortex Rex and Titan Blaze ambush them. A firefight erupts. Skyshard battles Rex. Orion takes Titan. Aaron slips, tumbling off a cliff but catching himself. Skyshard shifts from robot to plane, snagging him midair. It says, "I won't lose you," and Aaron gasps for breath. Raptor Claw signals Magnus, saying, "I want Nexus." Discons surround them, capturing the team and seizing the core. Aaron glares at Raptor. "You sold us out?" Raptor growls. Survival isn't free, avoiding his gaze. Aaron seethes, but is powerless. In a Rocky's cave, Magnus activates the forge core, and it shatters. Oblivion emerges, a 100-foot metal titan with writhing tendrils and a glowing, screaming maw. It roars, "All worlds are mine!" and unleashes destruction. Discons are crushed underfoot as Magnus fires his cannon. It's useless. Oblivion slams him into a wall. Magnus howls in pain, but Oblivion doesn't stop. Skyshard transforms from plane to robot, breaking their chains. It frees Aaron and Orion, and they plan. They climb Oblivion's shifting form, dodging tendrils. Aaron nearly falls, but grabs a cable. Orion rigs chopper explosives onto its back, shouting, "Overload the core, now!" Aaron grips the core, tangling its wires. It hums, blue light intensifying. He jams it into Oblivion's chest and braces to run. Oblivion screeches, "What are you doing?" Its tendrils lash at Aaron and Orion. Orion dodges, slicing one with his sword. It falls, oozing black smoke across the ground. Skyshard shifts from robot to plane, racing toward Aaron. It yells, "Jump, or we're all done!" Aaron leaps from Oblivion, and Skyshard catches him. Skyshard's engines glow red as it speeds through smoke. Orion triggers the explosives, shouting, "Go!" He runs, but limps, wounded. The core overloads, exploding in Oblivion's chest. Blue light surges through its body, tendrils trembling. Oblivion shrieks, "This can't be," as the ground quakes. Its glowing maw dims, tendrils snapping one by one. Skyshard rockets Aaron out of the cave as blasts echo. Oblivion's body ruptures, metal shards flying. Its head screams one last time before silencing. The blue explosion shakes the mountain, collapsing half into the earth. Dust and smoke swirl as Oblivion's pieces rain down. Magnus crawls from the rubble, alive but weak. Aaron and Skyshard land at the ravine's edge, breathing hard. Harriston slowly recovers, scars of battle fading. Burnt fields regrow, green spreading over the land. Townsfolk repair homes, life creeping back to normal. The old diner reopens, warm light spilling from its windows. People gather, swapping tales of the fight. Aaron stands outside the hangar, watching, taking a deep breath. He holds Jack's flight jacket and walks to the airstrip. Skyshard transforms from plane to robot, walking beside him. At the airstrip, he digs a pit and buries the jacket carefully. He whispers, "I flew, Dad." Eyes misty. A gentle breeze brushes his hair. Skyshard shifts back to plane mode, standing silently. Aaron holds on to Jack's memories, lingering quietly. Orion approaches, placing a hand on his shoulder. He says, "You showed courage. You're a warrior." Orion prepares to leave with the Luminars for Ferronexus. He offers, "Come with us. See a new world." Aaron thinks, gazing at the sky. He replies, "This is my sky. I want to stay here." Orion nods, respecting his choice. He smiles. "Your place with us is always open." Orion transforms from robot to plane and joins his team. Their engines roar, vanishing into the sky. Aaron stands alone, content with his decision. In the Rockies, a faint signal pulses, the ground stirring below. Magnus, hidden in a small cave, smoke rising from his battered frame, grips a device and activates it. The signal strengthens. He thinks, "It's time for my return." Hey friends, that was the final epic tale of the transformation, packed with adventure, suspense, and high-tech action that lit up every moment. If you liked it, hit like, share, and subscribe. You got a new topic in mind? Drop it in the comments. We'll bring you another exciting story. Until then, take care and see you soon.